Hello, everyone. This is the part two of the Greenwich University development proposals videos. In the last part of the video, we have finished focusing on stating the problem, stating the solution, and the role of the stakeholder involved in our proposal. So, this part, as a leaders, I will express my team's ideas and questions and opinion related to our proposal subjects. And we will have a few questions to the dean of business faculty and the another stakeholder that we consider to play the most important role in our proposal, which is the Office of Student Affairs. So let's get right into our video. So we have made this proposal with the desire to further improve the quality of academic quality. Even though that we are studying in Vietnam, we are proud to study in a international class education environment, in which is in Greenwich University. But uh, as we stated in our previous video, that our current experience with the university are not very positive, and this is our third year as well. So our education are very important, and this proposal, I think this will be a very good chance for us to express our opinions and ideas. So first of all, um, uh, here we have composed like three basic questions for the dean of business faculty. The first question is: has the school properly provided international class education quality? Can lecturers with outstanding education background guarantee effective teaching skill, and have students' feedbacks properly handled and examined? So, um, when we first enter the Greenwich University, we are expected to experience international class education quality when studying at Greenwich University in Vietnam. The questions is that up till now, has the score actually live up to our expectation or even our parent expectation? The team of lecturers, they play the most important role in shaping and building a professional study environment, as they are the main workforce of of a university, right? So we consider that the employing process can be very challenging for most lecturers here. Like they must have a really outstanding achievement in their educational background. They must have like certificate or degree from foreign university, not in Vietnam, but foreign university in other countries, to even to be able to teach in our school. So basically, like they must be really good with their education or with the majors. However, our question is that can lecture with outstanding education background guarantee effective learning skill? Having studied at Greenwich University for 3 years, we have formed an question or a knowledge that having a profound knowledge foundations does not approve the professionalism in teaching skill. Some lecturers can be very good at can have a wide range of knowledge in their majors. Somehow, their teaching skill, they cannot deliver their knowledge to the students, right? So, um, That is the problem we have encountered in our third years. Although the lectures, the lecture they can be very good at their majors, but somehow they lack the professionalism in their in the method of teaching. And so we suggest that instead of employing lecture with outstanding achievement in education and education and working achieve experience, we suggest that the dean of business faculty focus more on the improving of teaching skill for the lecturers. Studying at Greenwich University in Vietnam, we have witnessed many outstanding many outstanding performance in teachings. Many of the lectures that we admire the most, they have one thing in common, which is the practical skills. Uh, Practical skills are giving practical example during the lessons or sharing their real life experiences can contribute a lot to the enhancing of student understanding in their lecture. Um, and Teachers lecture like that, they have been winning the heart of many students. Many of us, we have someone to look up to in the university. We want to become one of them in the future, being able to know so much about the world, to know so much about the subject, and put those knowledge into use and become someone like him or her. And that also affects our progress in doing assignment. We become more productive. We tend to like the lecture more. The Every day we come to school, we are inspired to rate our questions related to the subject. We are inspired to learn something new from him or her, and this is what we are talking about. We are talking about a more inspired study environment. We are talking about a practical environment, study environment, and uh, and through that practical study environment, the reputation of the school will be what is spread. How? Through the achievement of the student. When the studying, when the students they are good with with their learning, with the progress in school, they will achieve some major thing in their life, and through that their education background will be noticed, and Greenwich University will be one of them. And the parent will proud of their children, and the parent will be proud of their school effort in teaching their children, right? The word of mouth will spread, and the reputation of the school will be quickly noticed, right? Okay, so moving on to the last questions: have the student feedback properly handled and examined? In our previous video of Greenwich University development proposal, we strongly stress the importance of student feedback, because the student they have the consumer voices. They can be considered at the core consumer of the university. They experience the education quality firsthand. So by seriously taking student feedback, the business faculty can acknowledge the error in academic aspect that happening in the study environment. Working with the office of student affairs, the business faculty can quickly collect and categorize all type of problem and conduct monthly meetings with lecturers to together come up with solution to major problem related to the education quality, right? So when the problem are solved and when the education quality is enhanced, the student they will notice, they will acknowledge that the school really take their feedback seriously, and they will see that their voice, their opinion have values. The school will become more trustworthy. uh, the study environment will become more open to more people, to for both lecturers and for the students. More and more constructive feedback can be made. The school can become a more and more inspired, practical, and positive, yeah, study environment as well. Yep. So that is our questions and our ideas to the solution for the dean of peers and faculty. Uh, we make this proposal so that both the student and the school, they can both benefit from a good education quality. We all want we all want the good for both sides. Yes. So moving on to our question, idea, and opinion uh, to the Office of Student Affairs. Uh, we consider that student service are one of the most important features for students to utilize their advantages and benefits when studying at their university, right? At Greenwich University in Vietnam, workshops to us are considered to be a most interesting features. When we get to experience the talk show from speakers who are the leader of small and big organizations. So our so acknowledging their experiences, we can say, is really good for us. Yes, as well. For it is a way for us to gain more knowledge and prepare for our upcoming career, or prepare for our big upcoming event in our life. And however, are all the workshop the office of student fair made, can they contribute to a better education quality? Why don't we make more internal meeting between school staff and the students? So we rarely see a meeting where the lecturers, representative of the lecturers and the representative of the students sit in a place and discuss about their difficulty or their ideas or their opinions on education or in the school service in general, right? So when we suggest that why we suggest that the office of student affairs, they can hold a meeting like that. They can ask the lecturer opinion, or they can ask the school or authorities about their ideas, so that we can have more meeting like that. Okay, when we have more meeting like that, the next question we want to discuss is that can we shorten the gap between the student and the lecturers? So there is an invisible gap between the student and the lecturers, like having studied for most most of the time in my life, there is a gap that the student they don't really understand what the lecturer wants from them, and they are afraid of question. They are afraid of idea. They are afraid that their opinion, their idea can benefit the benefit of the lectures, or they are shy to do so, right? So why why we shorten when we shorten the gap between the student and the lecturers, both sides they can discuss about their difficulty in their study in progress or in their teaching progress. Both sides can acknowledge the error in their works, and together they can solve the problem. And that we can say that that can contribute a lot to a more positive and constructive study environment, right? So moving on to our last uh, questions related to the school service, right? Greenwich University, it has offered us a lot of useful school service, and with a lot of information like that, we cannot handle all information like in one orientation meeting, right? So we suggest that why don't we publish handbook for the students? Freshmen, yes. Third year with more school service, why not? Or we can categorize all information related to all school service in one handbook and give them to the freshmen, and we can have more orientation meeting to show the student how this handbook can help them, right? All basic problem of the student related to school service can be written, can be categorized in those handbooks, and the student they will have less time to processing to solve their problem, and the office of student affairs they will have more time instead of solving the student difficulty related to school service. They will have more time to focus on more activities or more events related to school service as well. And I think that the production of handbook is really important in helping the Office of Student Affairs making their way to win the heart of many students. Yes, and the handbook, like they have like many values, like the parents when they see the handbook, oh they will see that the school, like they have some really good investment in solving their children problem. And yes, again, the word of mouth will contribute a lot to a better reputation of Greenwich University in Vietnam as well. So uh, this is our part two of Greenwich University development proposals, and thank you for your time and considerations. We have made this the part two of the proposal to further clarify our questions, our opinion and idea to the Dean of Business Faculty and to the Office of Student Affairs. Thank you for your time and goodbye.